There was once a boy who dreamed of changing his life. Every single night, he'd sit by his window, just staring up at the stars, picturing all the amazing things he wanted to do. He dreamt of starting his own business, of getting into the best shape of his life, of traveling the world and seeing everything it had to offer. He wanted to make something of himself, to leave a mark. But that's all he ever did. He thought. He planned. He waited. He was waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect sign, the perfect plan. Days melted into months, and months stretched into years, and he was still right there, in the exact same spot. Still thinking. Still waiting. One morning, his grandfather found him sitting quietly, lost in thought. "What are you thinking about, my boy?" he asked gently. The boy sighed. "I'm thinking about my future. I have all these huge dreams, Grandpa, but I just don't know where to even begin." The old man smiled, a knowing, kind smile. "That's your problem right there," he said. "You think too much. Life doesn't change when you think about it. It changes when you act on it." The boy frowned. "But what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough?" His grandfather's eyes were full of kindness. "Failure isn't what stops you," he replied. "Thinking about failure does. You will never, ever know what you're capable of until you actually start." Those words echoed in the boy's mind all day. That night, he couldn't sleep. He finally realized how much precious time he had wasted, just waiting for courage to show up. When courage isn't something you wait for, it's something you build through action. So, the very next morning, he decided to take one small step. He didn't overthink it. He didn't make a 10-page plan. He just started. And you know what? Failed. Of course, he did. He stumbled. He made mistakes. Some people even laughed at him. But with every misstep, something incredible started to happen inside him. Each time he acted, he learned something new. Each time he failed, he grew a little stronger. And slowly but surely, that paralyzing fear began to fade away. He realized that thinking had kept him safe, but it had also kept him completely stuck. It gave him the illusion of progress while he was just standing still. Action, on the other hand, was uncomfortable. It was messy and unpredictable, but it was the only thing that actually moved him forward. He discovered that success doesn't come from knowing everything before you start. It comes from starting before you know everything. One day he went back to his grandfather and said, "You were right. I was so scared of starting because I wanted everything to be perfect." The old man chuckled warmly. "Perfection is the enemy of progress," he said. "Nobody gets it right the first time. The only way to find your path is by walking it, one step at a time." The boy nodded. He finally understood. Doing was the only way to learn, and learning was the only way to grow. Time passed, and the boy became a man. He had built things. He had failed at things. He had started again and again, and he just kept going. People started to notice. They began to ask him how he had achieved so much. He would always give them the same simple answer: "I stopped thinking about doing it, and I just did it." That's the secret. They didn't believe it could be that simple, but it was. Every great thing in your life, every single achievement, begins with one small step. Every dream remains just a dream until you take action. He learned that the mind is a master of excuses. It will whisper to you that you're not ready, that you need more time, more skill, more confidence. But the truth is, you gain all those things, only by starting. Waiting never makes it easier, action does. The fear doesn't disappear before you move. It disappears because you moved. He started to live by one simple rule: start now, figure it out later. He stopped waiting for motivation to strike like lightning. He realized that motivation is a result of action, not the cause of it. Once momentum took over. Every small action created a little spark of energy. That energy turned into confidence, and that confidence built real success. He understood something powerful. Thinking is just planning, but doing is living. You can spend your entire life thinking about the person you want to be, but your thoughts mean nothing without action. Life rewards the people who take the leap, not the ones who just sit on the edge wondering what it feels like to fly. Years later, he stood before a group of young people, just like you, and told them his story. He said, "The hardest step you will ever take is the first one." Not because it's the most difficult, but because it breaks your lifelong habit of waiting. The moment you start, he continued, everything changes. You suddenly realize you didn't need to be ready. You just needed to move. He looked at them, his voice filled with passion. Don't let your dreams die in your mind. Don't let fear disguise itself as preparation. You don't need the perfect plan. You just need to begin. Start small. Start scared. Start imperfectly, but for your own sake, just start. The room went silent. Everyone could feel the power in those words, the truth that deep down we all already know. Thinking alone changes nothing. Doing changes everything. So, I want you to remember this story. Stop thinking so much. Estar doing. Because one day, you're going to look back, and you will realize the only thing that ever stood between who you were and who you wanted to be was that one single moment when you finally decided to start. Your future is waiting for you. Don't just think about it, go out there and create it. Thanks for watching. If this message resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you on your journey. See you next time.